Good evening and welcome to a new completely live series of 8 days a week, which this week looks at the transformation of a funny kid and a false moustache into last year's undisputed golden boy, the latest offering from a band led by a guitarist who was also in 2 other bands, the short, sad history of a girl who became a punk symbol of white trash, and the long, triumphant history of a man who's become a symbol of black musical excellence. That's David Bowie on video, the new album from The Cure and Robert Smith, a book about Sid Vicious's girlfriend Nancy Spungen, and bluesman B.B. King in concert. And to discuss them, this week's live, uncensored guests, Bill Wyman of the Rolling Stones, currently working on a whole series of solo projects, Jools Holland, currently resting from the tube and soon to re-emerge in his real job as a musician with an album due this summer, and Neil Arthur of Blancmange, who celebrates the success of Don't Tell Me with a British tour starting next week. And we start with David Bowie, who was spotted in New York this week hiding behind a moustache. Last year, of course, he was rather easier to see, playing to nearly 3 million people around the world on his serious Moonlight tour. Now there's the video of the show, which should be of interest to those in the vast crowds at Milton Keynes, for whom he was a mere speck in the distance. And as the Bowie industry gathers pace, there's also another video, Love You Till Tuesday, a series of clips recorded in 1969, in which Bowie mimes, is backed by a folksy duo Hermione and Hutch, or indulges in a little theatrics. Bill, a bizarre change of image and style over 14 years. Both videos worth releasing?
Yeah, it's difficult with live shows to do videos because no matter how good the artist is, and film as well, it's very difficult to keep it going after about 20 minutes. And I would have liked to have seen a bit more of the band, I think, and quite a lot more backstage things and maybe some of the trip across the world, you know, just even if they were just quite like quick shots.
Rather than just a straight show.
Yeah, it's done, everybody's done it, and we've done it too much as well. I mean, we've all done it too much, and it gets a bit boring after a while. But
what about the early one?
He never looked better, did he? I mean, it really looks great, you know, visually, and I saw it, I liked it, did a lot more sort of movement and thing, choreography.
What about their first one, 69?
Yeah, it was a time he used to rent cars and charge them for the Stones office at that time. Yeah, the very beginning.
Tell me more.
Yeah, it's very naive. I kind of liked it, yeah. I like those nostalgia trips. Didn't
Jools.
mind it.
Well, the nostalgia trip, I don't know. I noticed in that one there were a lot of big round lapels. I liked them no end. They were very good. And I don't know if David himself, I mean, he's a very talented bloke, and I don't know if he wanted the second video which we saw, which is of him in 1969?
69, yeah. Yes.
I don't know if he would have wanted that to go out himself. That's what you could say of it, I think, really. But very entertaining. If you're a David Bowie fan, enormously grateful you'd be to get hold of it. But I'd agree with Bill about the first one, and it was shot largely in a third world country, which is Canada. And we could find, you found that the sound on it, unfortunately, on a video, isn't nearly as, like, you'd be better off buying a compact disc or a record of it or something.
Well, the second one, the latest one.
Yes, the live concert, because it was, I agree with you, you could have seen more bits of him sort of, it would have been interesting to see him sort of having his dinner or getting in the car and having a chat and going to the hotel room. Where does David Bowie sleep, we would have liked to have seen, you know. And as I say, the sound really wasn't, it was not nearly up to, that's the trouble, so you get it all nice on the telly, but you can't hear the sound like you can in stereo.
From those songs in 69, did he sound from those as if he'd ever turn out to be the musician he became?
Very talented man. I wouldn't have said so myself, no.
Were they an embarrassment?
No, not to, no. I mean, God, I'm sure there's tapes and films that we've all made that we wouldn't want to be made into videotapes and sold to the public.
What about that folksy duo Hermione and Hutch who appear on some of it?
That's right. I mean, you know, you don't want to down people, do you? But it's not something that I mean, I'm sure we've all worn silly clothes. I don't think there's any of us that can't have honestly said that we've not dressed up in some form of embarrassing headgear or something at one point in our lives. And there it is, captured on film for everybody to see. But it's still something. He's good. I mean, he can do all that mime stuff, like I'm in a. Well, I mean, that's very clever stuff. That.
Very adventurous in those days, though, I think.
There's no one else doing that sort of thing at all.
Yes, that's right.
No, he's always taken those chances, hasn't he? And that's what I like about him.
Neil, what do you like most about it?
About which video?
Well, about either, really. I mean, about the transformation between the two. I mean, do you see any similarities in the style of the artist becoming what he's become now?
The way he moves is incredibly like Shaking Stevens sometimes. I preferred the early 1969 collection of videos,
right.
well, kind of films.
Why so?
Video. I really like the line at the end of Rubber Band where he says, "I hope your baton breaks," or something like that. It was quite fun. The serious Moonlight tour thing, I didn't I wasn't too keen on it. It was all right, you know, so often, but it's like the many faces of David Bowie, you know. But when he's wearing the same suit all the time, how many faces has he got? His music becomes
You've got
a
his
bit
braces
faceless
later
to
in the
me.
video.
Yeah, I thought his braces were quite nice. Yeah, okay.
The first one, really, you see him learning his whole theatrical skills and mime with Lindsay Kemp and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff.
I preferred that. I
Yeah,
mean, the other thing is like with these kind of videos, on, you know, kind of concerts, live concerts on video. I mean, I'd just watch it once and that'd be it. You know, I'd probably hire it from
Me.
one of. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, you did offer earlier on, but you know.
He should do one. He should do one like that early one. He should do one like that now. That's what we hear. That's our advice, David. If you're out there, that's our advice to you. Do another one like that early one.
Get
Proper
all the
video.
grand
Yeah.
lapels on, you know.
But live concert stuff like that, is it worth doing, really? I mean, it can't possibly capture a real concert. I mean, I was at Milton Keynes, you could just about see him. You can see him properly there, but...
Well, you get
Nothing
very nice
like-
business offers that are very difficult to turn down sometimes. So maybe that's what it is.
would you like the Stones to go on making that sort of thing? For
No,
videos?
I didn't want us to do the last few, but I mean, it's the way it is, you know, they do get done, and there is a market for them, with fans particularly.
And that one will sell with 3 million people saw him all around the world.
I'm
Got a
sure
feel about
that'll
that.
sell very well, because there's a
3
lot of
million
David
people who-
Bowie fans.
That's right, and 3 million people who might have been in it, and that might be the reason they buy it. I was at that gig, you'll see me at one point, I go like that.
Thank you. And the Love You Till Tuesday video is on PMV at £17.95, while Serious Moonlight is on video form at £19.95. Like videos, pop books have become an